Yesterday, we went around and shared the golden pair, or light bulb, whatever you think this is. And we went around and shared one word that described our Thanksgiving break. A lot of us said it was okay, it was good, it was fun, it was boring, right? You guys use very normal, ordinary words, but what does it mean that your Thanksgiving break was good? What's good to you might not be good to me, right? What's fun to you might not be fun to me, right? And so, honestly, sometimes in your writing you write, he was mad, she was sad, I was happy, we were happy, it was fun, right? But it's not telling me anything. It's not telling me what exactly happened, right? So what we're going to do today and tomorrow is go over something called show, not tell. Okay, show, not tell is showing me how fun was it. Okay, were you guys jumping up and down? Were you riding the craziest roller coaster? What were you doing that was so fun? Okay, let me imagine that. Don't just say that it was fun. So we're going to talk about how to do that and how to really advance your writing today. So our next thing, you can just wait because I'm giving instructions. Okay. All right. So before we get started with the do now and do an activity with the do now, I'm going to show you a video. It's Brain Pop, and many of you may have seen a video like this before. And it's just going to introduce to you what it means to show, not tell. Because I know sometimes some of you might know it, some of you might not. And so here we go. Listen carefully because it's not that long.
Try looking behind the shoe rack. Never mind, I'll show you. Why do you need this raincoat anyway? You're not thinking of going outside in this weather. Well, you're on your own. There's no way I'm going out there. Dear Tim and Moby, in writing, you're supposed to show, not tell. What does that mean? Wrong body. I don't know how you talked me into this. Anyway, show, not tell. Writing's a powerful thing. When you write, you can tell your readers about a situation, helping them understand something that maybe they've never seen before. Well, the concept of showing and not telling takes it a step further. Really good writing goes beyond simply explaining something, making you feel like you saw it for yourself, that you smelled it, touched it, like you yourself were there. When you show your readers what you're talking about instead of just telling them, give them a sense of place and feeling and experience. I get excited about this stuff so much. Anyway, it's true. If you wanted to describe what it's like to be outside right now, what would you say? Okay, Tim and I were outside. The weather was bad. It was cold and windy. That's accurate. The thing is, you're just telling people what you see and feel instead of showing them. Well, if I were writing a story about this, I would say, we were greeted by a blast of icy wind as Moby dragged me out the front door. My thin raincoat offered little protection from the hard sheets of rain that fell from the dark, turbulent sky. I shivered in the clammy air, longing for the dry warmth of my living room. Well, that's sort of the point, to make you feel like you're actually there. I tried to make it really active by bringing in as many sensory experiences and feelings as I could. Plus, you are actually there. Saying that we were greeted by a blast of icy wind gives the reader a lot more information than just saying it was windy. The hard sheets of rain gives you an idea of how much rain is actually falling and with how much force. Everyone knows that you only shiver when it's really cold, and that last bit about wanting to be inside gives you a good sense of my state of mind. Yes, I'm amazing. Can we go inside now? Sure, you can have another try. Why don't you describe the experience of sitting on the couch, drawing off with a towel? Finally. Hey, Moby.
All right. I know that was a little cheesy, but I hope you guys now have a more familiar idea about what it means to show, not tell. And so what we're going to do is the following. We just watch the video. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we are going to look for the shows and the tells of your partner's do now. So for example, this is my do now, okay? And I'm going to, when I say go, you're going to choose a partner around you. You're going to switch papers. And then if I'm showing you how Miss Ham is, for example, Miss Ham is short, okay? So if I just write Miss Ham is short, that is just telling you, right? So I'm going to underline Miss Ham is short. But if the paper says Miss Ham is as short as a XYZ, okay? I can't really think of anything. If Miss Ham is as short as a Santa Claus elf or something, so you imagine someone who's very short, right? Like an elf is very short and small. So that might be showing you as opposed to telling you. If I see that, I'm going to circle that on my friend's paper. Okay? So, Reggie, what are you underlining?
Underline places where they are telling.
Okay, where you are telling. Okay, where are you going to circle, Sarah?
Where you're showing.
Where you're showing. Okay, if you're showing me something, circle it. If you're just saying it, like she is short, she has short hair. Okay, that is just telling you. Okay, that's underlined. Okay, let's review this one more time. Eduardo, what are you circling? Showing. Malia, what are you underlining? Telling. Thank you. So, now go ahead and point to someone you can work with around you, or who you can switch with. Anybody can be in a group of 2 or 3. 2 or 3. Okay. Everyone needs to switch with at least one person around you. Now, raise your hands if you do not have someone to switch with. It's okay. You do not. Here you go. Who are you switching with? Okay, perfect. All right, go ahead and switch and start circling and underlining. Okay? So go ahead and switch and start circling and underlining. Okay, I see a lot of you starting to read each other's paragraphs. So I see some people already starting to underline.
Are you recording?
I am. I can't imagine it. Remember, showing is, if you can imagine it in your head, exactly what it might feel like, look like, whatever, then you are telling. There should be very little explanation. We should be just underlining or circling. Then just tell me. That's the point of this. You can sit right here. Okay, if and when you are done with your circling and underlining, go ahead and switch back with your partner. Okay? Go ahead and switch back with your partner if you are done. Alright, how many of you guys have any circles on your paper? Raise your hands if you have circles on your paper because you showed, not told. You showed. 1, 2. Okay. Stephanie, what is one of the circles on your paper? Short as a? An L. Okay, so use my example. Okay. Londra? A young teacher, okay, so that's still telling. Okay. Okay, so that's again telling. Okay, no problem, that's fine. That's fine. So, young teacher, that can be strict and sometimes sometimes fun. So that's just telling you, right? So what would be an example of me being strict? What would be an example of me sometimes being fun? That would be showing, right? Okay, so that would be underlined, not circled. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to now turn and do some practice because all of you guys should and will become better writers throughout the course of the year. And in order to do that, we need to practice and see how we can change some of our basic sentences into stronger statements. So go ahead and take out your notes that you picked up from the front today. They should look like this.
Are we gonna read this? What we wrote?
Alright, so title of this worksheet that we're doing today is called Show, Don't Tell Your Character's Traits and Feelings. For example, our first sentence, Andrew, is what? Our example sentence is what? Let's pick up the paper. Alex, go ahead.
Example, Jerry was a spoiled brat. Main character is his older sister, Shannon.
Alright. So boys, remember when you come in, Eduardo, you especially. Come in, you pick up. I don't know what you're doing. It happens often. So Jerry was a spoiled brat. Okay? So how many of you guys have friends or siblings who are spoiled brats? Raise your silent hand if you can think of anyone in your head who's a spoiled brat. Keep your hands raised if you are the spoiled brat. Okay, I know. Put your hands down. Put your hands down. All right. So it's okay. So what we're gonna do today is we are going to show everyone in this class how is Jerry a spoiled brat. How is he a spoiled brat? His action, what he says or dialogue, and thoughts.